Hi guys, and welcome to JavaScript of cryptocurrency converter. I'm going to show you guys how this works. Right here in this drop down, I have the different currency type that you can choose from. So let's say from this to this, let's see that. There we go. You can also reset. Once you reset, it default back to the current value, enter whatever amount you want in there, and click on convert. Okay, we can exit. If I dare click on no, I don't want to exit. If I dare click on yes, I do want to exit, the OK button there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm starting a new project entirely, and the package that I'm using is Notepad++. First of all, make sure you select the language and come right here and change it to HTML. You can then go ahead and save your file. I'm going to save it as cryptocurrency converter. There we go. Click on save there. Once that is done, the next thing you want to do is where we have style, that's where we enter our CSS, the cascading style sheet. So I'm going to go in there and just say the body, enter curly braces. And right there, I'm going to first of all declare my font. So the font family I'm going to be using is going to be Arial, and the backup fonts as it right there. Next, I'm going to say the text align. That's going to be dead center. Enter column in there and just enter center. Semicolon. Next is going to be the back color. Background color. We can make that something whitish. Let's say F9, 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 F9. There we go. And the margin is going to be 0. So let's just say that is 0. And I'm going to have a padding in there because I want it kind of like dead center here. So I'm going to say my padding is going to be approximately, let's go for 130 pixels. There we go. So that takes care of the interface itself, the layout for the interface. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create something for the title. So that is going to be, I'm going to say the color of that is going to be something green. So let's just copy and paste that in here. It's going to be something green. So let me change this to 36 AA 65. And the font size, we make that, let's go for our 40 pixels. And the margin, it's going to be at the top. And we'll make that about 20 pixels as well. Okay, that takes care of my heading. And next is going to be the container right there. Those are the lines of code for the container. So that's just like the frame around all of the objects. So after that, I'm going to then create something that I will use for the role. So in the case of the role, I'm going to use, let's say display. I'm going to make that flex. Next, I'm going to get it justify center. So let's say justify the content. That in format contents, and that is going to be center. There we go. Now the align, that will be center as well. So that will be just say align item. So let's paste that here. Align with an S, items. Yeah, that's fine. Then we have the margin, which is going to be top. I'm going to make that about 20. And the gap in between the buttons that I intend to use this row for, I'm going to make the gap about 10. So let's say gap, that'll be 10 pixels. There we go. All right, that takes care of that. Now let's create some labels. Okay, for the labels, I'm going to just grab some of these. So come right down here for the labels, and we enter labels in here. Let it indented. Paste that. Okay, that is for the labels. In the case of the labels, I'm going to add display. Let's make that display. I'm going to make it blank. Delete this and just say display blank. There. Next, the margin, I can change that to about 10. And the width, I can just make the width about 100, 100%. Okay. So that is for my label. Label, okay, let me just do this, grab all of this and just paste it right underneath here. Okay, I want to arrange it properly so that all right, now the fonts, change that to about 18, 40 would be too much. Then the padding, no, I'm going to use padding for the other one. So let's go for the label width, font width. Font width. Okay, font width will be bold, not 100. The other one will be 100. So I can even copy all of this because I'm going to need it as well. All right, I'll come back here and just change this. This one was meant to be for the select. Okay, now label 20. Make that 20 pixels. The label width, weights will be bold. There. When the display is black, then the margin is top. Very good. Sorted. Okay, for the select, I'm going to have to enter something for the padding here. Let's say padding. And I'm going to make the padding 8 pixels. Now, the width. The width is going to be, let's leave that as 100, that's fine. Then we don't need this here. I already have display up there. Then the margin will be 5. Yeah, I think that should do it. Yep. Okay, now let's take care of the inputs. For the inputs, I can just maybe copy these as well and just change it around. So I'm going to copy this, paste it right there, and just change this to inputs. Now, font size 18, 8. I'm going to change this to about 97, else it will be too long. And this is fine. Okay, finally, let's create our button here. Button. Okay, the back color for the button, background color. So I'm going to make that green. So black color for all of these. I'm going to need about 3 buttons in it. Green is, I have green here some. Okay, paste that in there. Just change this around. Back color for that is going to be 36AA60. That's 36AA 65. That will give me green. All right. Now the color, text color will be white. Yep. Then the font size, we can make that about 24 is the button. So if I make it a little bit bold, 24. Yeah. Then the font width. That'll be bold. So grab hold of this, dump it right underneath here. Then the padding. I'm going to get the pad at both sides, X and Y axis. So it's going to be 10 by 20. 10 pixels by 20 pixels. 20 pixels. Yeah. All right. And merge to the top. I'm going to make it maybe 20. 5 would be too small. Okay. Do we want a border? So let's just say no border. It's not. Yeah. The border radius. For the radius, I think I do have one here that I can copy. For the radius, yeah, I will forget. Okay, border radius, 10 might be too much. Let's just make that 5. What about the cursor? So the cursor is going to be a pointer. Let's make that a pointer. Yeah, that is like the events. All right, then display. Let's get it flexed as well. I want to get it justify center and align it center as well. Justify center, align center. Grab all of that. Okay. Now, let's deal with the width. The button width itself. I'm going to make that about 210. Yeah, that's it. It's done. Okay. Now, for the button over, when the mouse is on the button, I want it to change color. So I can just say background color. I can add anything there. Down here, copy this. And let's just change all of this. So maybe 2D8. E54. Yeah, that'll do. So that's fine. Okay, now let's take care of where the result is going to be displayed. Results. So also the results, I'm going to say merge at the top. I'm going to make it about 20 pixels. Then font size, I'm going to make that about 20, not 24. Check that to 20. Then the color. Let's done that here. I'm going to change the color back to green. This is my green color. Space like that. Yeah, that takes care of the style sheet itself. So have a good look at the cascading style sheet. Take it from the top. If you notice, I said HTML, the language uses English. Okay, and here we have the metadata character set is going to be equals UTF as Unicode transformation format, and the value is 8 that I'm using in there. Okay, so take it from here. This is where I started my style sheet declaration. Have a good look at it. Bring it down and down and down, and that is it, the style sheet declaration. Now, let's create the body. First of all, I need the title. Let's grab hold of this title instead of me typing it all out again. Just want to grab hold of this. I can't even grab hold of everything. I think I might have something there. So underneath here, Make sure you have a body. Okay, head. If you notice the head is locked, I have open head here, and here I've closed the head. Now, start the body, and here, this is where my title is going to be. Get rid of this. Get rid of the title. That's the title for it. And I'm using H1. You can use H2 if you want. Now, let me get it divided and just create, I'm going to create a class in here. Let's say this class is going to be called, close that off. Next, I'm going to create another object. I'll call that label. And let's say from, I'm going to say from currency. Then I'm going to enter from there. That will be for the label. And close up the label. Then I'm going to need a selector there. So we can just grab hold of all of these and just change it around it. Yes, just this one. So come right down here and say select. When we say ID, it's going to be equals from currency. And I'm going to close it off. And end select statement as well. Yeah, that takes care of that. Next one is going to be the total. That is from the currency you're exchanging to the currency you converting it to. So I'm going to grab all of this and do that. Paste and change this one to change this one as well. So I'm here. All right, that is done. Next, let's make sure it's saved. Yeah. And next, I'm going to create another label. This label will be for the user to enter their amount. So I can just change the name of this label to the function that I intend to use here. I'm going to call that amount. And here I will enter amount. There we go. Now, these amounts must be able to take in value. So I'm going to use the object's inputs. And in the case of inputs, the type that I intend to take in will be number. Okay, so let's be specific. And the ID, I'm going to give the ID a name. I'm going to call it amount as well. ID. So that would be amount. Right. Then it's left to you. You can always enter a placeholder. So in the case of the placeholder, I would just say enter amount, something like that. Enter amount. There. Okay, that will be very helpful for the end user. All right, finally, and where I'm going to then display my result. Let's create an area for that. I'm going to call that ID. That's going to be equals result. And this very result, we just call it, let's say, converted amounts. Yeah, converted amount. Okay, and that's where our overall conversion will be displayed. There. Okay, that's all done. Now, the next one we want to take care of is let's take care of the buttons. Come right down here, paste, I need 3 buttons there. This class, I'm going to call it row. And this row was going to be the style that will be equals gap, which I already have up there as 20 pixels. Okay, that is that done. Now, all that we then need to do is just to take care of the buttons. Okay, right underneath here, I'm start by adding my buttons. So let's say the button is going to be using the click events. Okay, and this click event is looking out for the function that is called converts. All right, I don't have this function yet. I'm going to create that function. Okay, and on that button, I want this to appear on it. Converts. There. And let's close up the button. So that's the first button. I need 3. So I'm going to just copy. Next one is going to be reset and followed by exit button. So this is resets. And just enter reset here. Then we have exit. And this function, there will be a function called exit. Okay, so let's close this off. It's going to be 2, 1 here and another. Okay, that is it. Yeah, this is closed and this is closed as well. So let's save that. All right, I might as well just try this out now. But let's check and make sure it's all in order. Right. Maximum width, okay, 600, that's fine. Okay. So I'm going to try that out. So you guys just have a good look at it. If you have any error in yours, you might as well correct it now. Okay, so saved. Let's open it up. Double click. There we go. Look at that. That is fine. All right, that is working the way I want. Now, all that is left for me now is just to create the functions. So right inside the scripting area, we're going to add some JavaScript there. Well, first of all, I'm going to create some constant. This constant is just like the variables for all of the different currency that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to call that crypto. Yeah, crypto. That'll do. Crypto data. And that's going to be equals following. And right here, those are my crypto data. Okay. So next, I'm going to create another variable that let's say constant. And this constant is going to take in, let's say, from selects. Let's make this uppercase. And that is going to be equals whatever we have inside the document. Let's say don't get anything that is ID. Anything by ID. And let's say that is, okay, the from currency. Okay, from currency. Grab all of this. One for the from currency and the 2 currency as well. So move that off. Yeah. And the next one is going to be for the two currency. I might as well copy this and just change it around. So this one will be two. And this is two as well. Okay, that's taken care of. Now I then need to populate the drop down. So come down here using a for loop. All right, that's we populate the drop down. As you can see here, the first value, this is it right here. Okay, Bitcoin, and that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Okay, so that takes care of that. And next is the function using async function that will actually take care of the entire currency conversion. Okay, well, I'm going to be getting all my conversion rate from this website. If you guys cannot see it properly, I'm just going to come right down here. Okay, yeah, you can now see it all. So let's take it from the top here. Okay, that is my scripts with the crypto data. Okay, conversion and getting all my conversion rate to be exact from this very website itself. So I have a good look at that. Okay, and bring it down. So here I have some condition. If you do not enter value, I want an alarm, just like a message box. All right. So conversion data not available. And the other one is fail to retrieve data, just in case. If any of these my crypto data is not working, then this is the message that will be displayed. Okay, I guess you guys can see all of that. Maybe we should move this down as well. Move it down so that you can see it. Yeah, be able to see it all. Okay, I'm kind of like slowing down so that you guys can have a good look at it. So you can always pause your system so that you type it out. For you channel members, just send me the link and I'll send it to you for channel members. Okay, there we go. Look at it. Now let's take care of the reset button. Okay, to take care of the reset function itself, I'm going to come down, go up here and just look for the name of my function. That is it. Okay, this is called resets form, and the other one is exit. Okay, come right down here. So that very function, I'm going to come down here and just say function resets. Then enter my statement block. Now we need to reset the following. Come right up here. Okay, we want documents get element ID, and this element ID is this. So I'm going to grab who, in fact, I'm going to need this one as well. So let's just get the follow this. Come right down here and paste it here. Get rid of this one. We just need the documents. Right. And the value that we have inside amount is going to be equals nothing. That takes care of the clear. Then the next one here, so in this case, is going to be dot text content. And that is going to be equals this amount here. Grab all of the converted amounts, and make sure you enter the back tab. So I'm going to come in here and just enter back tab there. There we go. It's different from the apostrophe, okay? This is just above the tab itself. Okay, so next is my default value. Look at the default value. Just going to copy those and bring it right down here. So set the default value back to what it was. That takes care of my, no, reset, I mean. The next function is going to be, what's a function? Exit application or exit app, I call this. Exit app. That's right. Okay, so using an if statement, if confirm, and what are we confirming? Confirm if you want to exit. In that case, we just say window close, window dot close, and that takes care of that. Okay, let's save it, then we try it out. Let's see, everything looks in order. Hopefully it should work as expected. Guess you guys can see that. You can always pause it. Right. Almost there now. Yeah. And there we go. So let's run it. Come in here. That's it. Uh yeah, the drop down works. That's fine. So I'm going to leave that as Bitcoin. Let's enter some value in here to convert. There we go. Look at that. That's brilliant. Let's change it to another, let's say US dollar. There we go. Reset. That's fine. Okay, exit. No, I don't want to exit. Yes, I do want to exit. Run it one more time. So guys, that's how you create your own crypto converter or cryptocurrency converter, using JavaScript. So I'm going to say bye for now. You all have a nice day. Bye.